Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com, is brought to you by BrothersTrucks.com, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. AP Laser, leading the way. And by RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need.
Welcome back to Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. It's the Master Technician Tech Tip time, and we're talking about torquing wheel lug nuts. No place for gunplay here. You want to do it properly, and there's two methods to do it. But before we get started, let's take a look down here at the wheel. There's a couple of patterns you want to use, and you can see it right there. If you got a 5 lug, 6 lug, it doesn't make any difference. I just want you to go in a star pattern. Start right here, and then go across, and go into a star pattern with this 5 lug. If it's other lugs, just keep going across. So you're distributing the torque equally. Now you also have to have the specification. You can see the specification right there. Well, there's the base and the SRT. That's obviously the Challenger. That's not our Mustang, but that shows you that you have to have the proper torque. Now our Mustang is 95 pounds of torque on this wheel right here. So we got two options. We can just get a torque wrench. We got this at RockAuto.com. Come over here and set it to 95. And then what I want to do, I have somebody in the car holding the brake for us. Just put it on the lug nut and come and pull it till you hear that click, that audible click, or the head kind of giving out a little bit. Either way, you know you're there. Go in your star pattern. Now you can use what's called torque limiting adapters. Now in the shop we call them torque sticks. They're located right here. Really kind of cool what it is. You can see the thickness of the stick here. So what's happening is once it starts to break away or that stick starts to twist like a giant torque stick or a torque stick on a car, it's going to actually flex, and it's not going to put too much torque on it. It's going to put the exact amount. This one is 80 or 85. It's really close. So I'm going to use this one to demonstrate, and then you have the other ones for the different makes and models. Take your socket, put it on there. Now you can use your impact because you're not going to over torque it. But the deal is you want to go in that crisscross pattern and don't touch the stick. So let it hit. Go to your next one. It flexes when it starts to get tight. Up to this one. And then our last one. And it's going to give out, so you're not putting too much torque on. Why? Well, you don't want to warp the rotor, you don't want to do any damage to the rim. So just do that and you'll be good to go. Now you could damage parts without the right torque specifications, but no problem. Tom and Dave have you covered.
Since the advent of power steering, the systems have evolved from hydraulic systems to electric systems like we see here, Tom. And it's reasons like this my dad and my grandfather would always tell me, cars today are impossible to work on. It's not like the old days. Is that really true, though?
No, it's not true. I remember my grandfather telling me about my '77 Dodge, which is now quaint.
Some things never change, right?
Right. No, the parts are often easily replaced as a complete assembly, so you don't have to know about the electronics inside. You just replace the whole thing. And sometimes parts still fail like they did in the old days, where things just flex too much and crack, plastic containers crack. So you might have a high-tech electric power steering pump that's expensive, but what actually failed on it is just the plastic reservoir on the side. So instead of replacing the whole assembly, you can just replace the reservoir that leaked, or maybe it's just the O-ring that leaks, and it doesn't cost very much, and it's something any do-it-yourselfer could do.
That's what I love about RockAuto.com. You have options, and you guys seem to focus on that throughout the website.
Yeah, and the manufacturers are constantly coming up with, if something breaks, they'll come up with a solution. So. And with our huge selection, we provide all those different possible solutions.
Another thing I always heard about these sophisticated parts is that's sort of a dealer-only thing, but invariably that's not true either.
No, it's not. It's becoming more and more not true. That if the dealer has it, we're likely to have it too. That the manufacturers that supply the dealers supply us, and they're either OE parts, original equipment parts, or they're meet OE specifications.
RockAuto.com has you covered. Whether you're looking for an old hydraulic steering system, an electric one like this, they're keeping up with the latest technology. Go check them out.
Well, we have all the TPMS sensors installed in all the wheels. Just did it right. Forget about doing one of them. Went ahead and scanned them all, put the location in. We have an enhanced driver center. Everything's right. The tires are right. The TPMS right, Dave. Another win on Tech Garage.
Well, it's called Tech Garage for a reason. Technical on everything, highly technical. We talked about electronic power steering. It was a very cool demonstration they had there. I learned a whole lot from that. And boy, steering has just gone through the roof with technology.
It is something. And on Master Tech Tip, we talked about the axle torque and wheel lug nuts, which was perfect because on this episode with these custom rims, it's important. Torque is important.
Torque is important. It's not that high tech. The materials are high tech. So if you over torque those, things could break. Under torque them, things could fall off. So torquing is very important. Check your service manual.
Yeah, right. And it's absolutely the tire technology and what's happened with tires. I mean, it's high tech. This shows high tech, man. That was pretty cool.
Well, you're all about high tech. This guy's all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, my TwitFace, FaceTube. This guy's on all. Yeah, he's got all of it. And you can check us out there. Until next week when we come back, give you more high-tech stuff here on Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. From the best crew in the business, we'll see you next week.
Production assistance for Tech Garage is provided by Chipola College, located in Marianna, Florida. Founded in 1947, Chipola was ranked recently as one of the top 3 community colleges in the United States.